This year particularly, I feel so much better about winter, and I think it's because I know that All right. This is my first time driving the van in the snow. At least with the build in the back. So, thing is, it's front wheel drive, and I'm not used to that. We always have all wheel drive. My brother wanted me to go camping this past weekend, but I knew this snowstorm was coming, and so I was like, ugh. They were calling for like 8 to 10 inches, and I was just like not comfortable going out of town and then potentially getting caught in a snowstorm and not having ever driven this in the snow. So I made it a point that today I'm gonna drive it around and get to know it and get comfortable with it. And we'll see how it does. We're here. So I actually ended up coming up to a park that's not too far from my house called Veterans Park. I was gonna go to Presque Isle today, but as I got farther north near the lake, there wasn't much snow on the ground and definitely wasn't any snow in the trees or anything. So this looks a little more picturesque for what I'm looking for today. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jody, and I just started van life. One of the biggest things that drew me to van life was actually getting out of winter. I do not love winter. I've never loved winter. Anyone that's worked with me knows that I don't like being cold. They have teased me that I should have a snowsuit inside the office, and they're not wrong at all. Like, I get cold easily and I just don't love it. So yeah, van life kind of came up because I was like, my parents live in Texas. I have so many places I want to go visit, and I want to get out of the winter. We just got done building this van out, and yeah, the big part of it is that I want to head south. However, I will not be doing that for a couple months, and so I will be up here in Pennsylvania until at least after the holidays. And so I just wanted to kind of give some tips and some things that I've learned about living in the winter and how to make it more tolerable if you are not a winter lover. This year particularly, I feel so much better about winter, and I think it's because I know that I'm going to get a break from it. I'm actually still planning on going to Texas, but not until January. So I'm home right now, currently in Pennsylvania, to spend with my family for the holidays, and I feel so good about it. I'm very excited because I know that it's just not going to be this unending 6 months of cold. So if you can't afford it, I highly recommend, like, get out of town, take a vacation. You can find cheap flights now and go somewhere warm and sunny for, even if it's just a week. It would like help your mindset. Even if you can go somewhere sunny for a weekend, like, it would just help you feel like you got out of your ordinary, get out of these clouds, get out of the cold. Something else I think is super helpful is just creating as much warmth in your home as you can. How much nicer is it when you like light a candle, or you have a little fire going inside? You make some warm drinks and you set the lights down low, and it's just really relaxing and somewhere that you want to be. It's got good smells and it's cozy, and you put out like winter blankets, and it's just a really good time to be able to kind of curl up, cozy up, have really great conversations with family and friends, and yeah, just enjoy the time of having it be slower. For the van, to make it warmer, I actually have installed a diesel heater, which I don't even know how anyone would do winter van life without a diesel heater. Like, I can't even believe I contemplated it before. I have a heater that's built into my AC unit that's up in the ceiling, and it's electric. It would not have worked out, at least not winter months, because you have such limited sunlight for the solar to work in order to get enough electric, and that takes a lot of electric, and it doesn't push out a lot of heat. So super grateful that Craig installed this diesel heater for me. I love it. It's phenomenal. I do want to get like insulated window covers. I do have these, which are insulated curtains to kind of block off the front of the van, and I think it's super helpful. You can have those in your home too, like get insulated curtains. That's something I never did before, but especially if you have drafty windows, I would highly recommend doing that. A few years ago, I got really interested in like outdoor lighting and adding as much solar lights as you can, and any kind of lights. I mean, you might actually have to have them plugged in too if you get so much snow. Like in Erie, Pennsylvania, we could get 5 feet of snow and it doesn't go away. So like if you have solar lights that are in the ground or something, you're not going to see them. So we actually hang like just the round cafe bulbs around the deck, and we keep them on all year round, and in the winters especially, when I find them super helpful. I love also decorating like the trees that are out in the yard. Any kind of light that you can add in the evening, because it gets dark so early, I think is just helpful for your mental health. I love it. Craig just recently bought me this lantern for the van. I'm so excited. It has string lights that I'm actually going to hang around the ceiling. They can either be white or they can be Christmassy, and you can actually use them outside as well. So I could like hang them on the outside of the van, whether we're camping at a campsite or I'm just, at a harvest host or whatever. I want to make it cozy. Lights are such a great, cheap way of bringing light into your life in the winter, but also like it makes it cozy and warm. One of the biggest things that has helped me to accept winter in a more positive mindset is quality clothing. Like, I can't express how important this is. I did not grow up with money. I didn't grow up with good quality clothing, so I really didn't know I didn't know the difference. I think that I was in my 30s before I bought a coat, and it was from the brand called Jerry or Gary. I'm not sure how it's Gerry, but it was a pretty expensive coat for me, and I bought it at Dick's, and it changed winter for me. I was like, I don't feel the wind like going through my body. I couldn't believe it. And we live in a very windy, cold city, so the wind chills can just be really crazy here. So to have a coat on where I was not feeling like literally wind just going through my jacket, it was game changing. I was like, I could actually hang out outside if I had these clothes on. Like, I just didn't know that a high quality coat would be that big of a difference. So I ended up buying one for my daughter as well, because she doesn't like the cold either. And later, a few years later, I ended up getting her an even better coat, higher quality. I think it was got the down in it, and she loves it. And I can't express how important enough it is to spend some money on good quality clothing. And you don't even have to spend a ton. Like, honestly, I just bought this coat on Facebook Marketplace last night. It's Columbia, and it's a jacket. It's very warm, and I spent $15. So you can go thrift shopping, like go thrift shopping weekly and look for good name brand clothing. Look for two of the things that I've been looking for are things that are made with down. And if you don't want down, you just have to look for like an alternative down, but I would just be careful with that because I just don't think it's as warm. And then wool. So for socks, I love wool socks, and it has to be a high percentage of wool. Like, I have noticed companies selling what they refer to as wool socks, but then they're like 16% wool. For me, that's not gonna cut it. Like, it's gotta be up in the upper 40s, and that will actually make a huge difference with keeping your feet warm and dry. So love me some wool socks. Underlayers are huge. I purchased, I think they're called cuddle underlayers, but there are some more that I want to look at. I was actually at Sierra, and Sierra is kind of, if you don't know, it's like a discounted outdoor apparel kind of place, equipment and apparel place store. And so we were there the other day and I was looking, and they had some wool base layers, and so I'm looking at getting some of those as well. But just layering a base underneath your jeans or your, you know, pants or whatever makes a huge difference. And then boots. So I actually it's these right here. These are called muck. What are they? Muck duck. I don't know. They're muck boots. And these, I'm not kidding, are 13 years old. So it is time for me to get a new pair because I think one of the puppies like chewed some of the back of it, and the one band in the back, this thing right here, see how it's like kind of like going in now? It's kind of broken basically. So they need replaced. I need to get new ones, and I'll do that this year. They are kind of expensive. I want to say I paid like, this was 13 years ago, I paid like $125 for them. I'm not sure what the price is now, so my guess is they'll probably be around $150, maybe more. Totally worth it. Like 13 years, I haven't had to buy boots in 13 years. That's crazy. So highly recommend those. I'm also looking at just an easier slip-on boot, because what I've realized with the van is that I'm going in and out of the house a lot. Like I go into the house to whatever, it doesn't really matter what I'm doing. I'm just in and out of the van a lot more than you would be your home. And so slip-on leather boots is kind of what I'm looking for. And I'm sorry for those that are vegetarian or vegan. Leather is just way warmer than synthetic materials and higher quality. So that's what I'm looking for. Another tip that I have is, as painful as it is to hear this, but get outside. I heard a couple years ago from some medical person, I can't remember, don't quote me on this, but I mean, I can't quote myself on it because I don't remember, but I know that she said if you spend 15 minutes a day outside, even in the winter with winter clothing on, 15 minutes of the sunlight going through your eyes is going to help increase your like serotonin and your, whatever other hormones the sun gives you, vitamin D and all that crap. So helps you to be healthier. And I think it's extremely important for people's mental health to get outside, get fresh air, look at trees, look at nature, be at one with nature, take a walk through the neighborhood. Honestly, I hate going out in the cold, but I always feel better when I get back. And my body warms up. I mean, your body will warm up. Like, usually I end up dressing too warm, and I'm like, okay, I need to take this off because I'm sweating. That's if you do a pretty decent walk. You know, take a hike through the woods. Oh my gosh, this one year for like Christmas Eve, we took a hike through the woods when it was snowing like a lot. There was snow all over, and it was a winter wonderland, and it was gorgeous, and I'll never forget it. And every year we like would love to like replicate that, but we haven't had that kind of snow again. So I'm grateful that we did it then. But if it does snow in your area, get outside and go enjoy a hike in the snow. Get some good boots, get a warm jacket on, mittens, just get out there and do it. You really will feel better, I promise. And if you can't get outside in the winter because it's like raining and cold and like icy and, you know, not beautiful, find indoor activities that you love. Now, I know that somebody would have said this to me like 10 years ago, and I would have been like, duh, like I'm constantly doing things I love. Like I was blogging, I was baking, I was constantly doing something, crafting. We've done so many, I've learned how to make jewelry. We got into pottery. We were never still. And now that I am 50, I'm noticing myself watching TV a lot more. And I don't love that. I need a craft. So if you have any suggestions, please comment below on what I should get into. You could recommend like crocheting. It's not going to happen. Anything that is a pattern that I have to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. No. I need short. I need quick results. I can't be doing something that's going to take me a month to do it. I won't finish it. Do you know how many books I've started and not finished? Read books. If you're a reader, Oh my gosh, winter is the best time to read books. Like, make yourself a cozy little nook. If you're into meditation, create a corner, take a corner of your house and get a meditation pillow. They're on Amazon, they're like 20 bucks. Light some candles and just make it a special place for you and a special time. It will help you to enjoy this season so much better. Plan time with family and friends. Now, one thing I do differently than I used to do, and I would have to do this in the van, is I have gatherings that are smaller. I either go get together with my friends at a restaurant, so I don't have to clean up or do any of that. And like this Thanksgiving, we are having just our kids over and my sister and his brother and his dad. So it's very small, very intimate, simple. We're going back to the classics. We're gonna have like the classic stuffing and turkey, and I'm very excited. But mostly excited to just keep it simple. Your conversations are better when it's with just like one-on-one or one-on, if it's a few of you. You get that like one-on-one time with people and it's just so much better. So maybe don't plan the huge party where you're having 50 people over. Maybe just plan 5 or 6 get-togethers that are short, sweet, simple. So like make the meal simple. Either go get the meal somewhere or, keep it like, I don't know, chicken salad. You like buy the salad kit and you get a rotisserie chicken, throw some rotisserie chicken on there, some cranberries, some simple. Don't make it difficult or you won't enjoy it as much. This is a perfect time to like have brunch with your girlfriends, to schedule a brunch, schedule maybe a little shopping, like outing, something like that. So I hope that you have found these tips for handling winter helpful. If you have, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm super happy to be back with you guys, and I will see you on the next one. See ya. Another light, if you have not heard of it, is called a happy light. And why? All right. Cut. Time to drink coffee.